Welcome back. It's been about a week since my last video. Um, I just had some different stuff going on, different things I'm working on. Yesterday I had some issues with my Wi-Fi. Actually, the last couple days, kind of. It just went out. I have Xfinity and it went out in my area. And it was supposed to be for a maintenance break for a couple hours, and then it ended up being for like 24 hours. So that was cool. But yeah, anyway. Welcome back to the world. Today, I want to talk about failure. The fact that everyone fails, and failure is actually a really necessary thing. It's really an unavoidable thing in life. It's something that everyone seems to be scared of, like everyone always wants to avoid failure, but I think that really we should just embrace it because when you fail, that means you're trying. If you're not failing, you're not trying, right? Like, how do you expect to ever improve or learn anything if you're not trying and failing, right? Like, you're supposed to fail and you're supposed to take a lesson from that, learn, and become better for the next time. At least that's the way I see it. Um, I don't know how you can expect to learn without having to fail. It's just it just comes with the territory. Um, that's how you gain wisdom. Okay, it's pretty much daytime now. I was sitting here thinking about trying to figure out like what I wanted to do this episode before I started talking too much. That way I'm not just jumping around on doing nothing on autopilot. But then I realized that I don't know yet, so I'm just gonna go mining. Maybe we can find some diamonds or something. But yeah, failure is it's a really important thing in growing and becoming a better person. Like there's so much that you can learn from failure, right? Like it can teach you so many lessons, and it's just a really important thing, I think. Um, and not only that, I mean, you can learn from the failures of other people too, which honestly is probably even the better way to do it. As much like learning from the failures of other people as much as you can saves you from having to fail sometimes, and that can be nice. You don't always want to have to fail if you can learn the lesson from someone else's failure, but ultimately, the way that you're going to learn most lessons is going to be through your own failures. So you shouldn't be afraid to, try something and fail. Look, I mean, sometimes you're going to maybe look like kind of a dummy a little bit. You shouldn't be afraid of that. Like whenever you're learning or trying something new, anyone who starts out with something new is going to look dumb or kind of stupid because they don't know anything yet. You have to get through that stage where you look that way and then you don't know anything to actually get to the point where you do know stuff. No matter how much you try to prepare and learn ahead of time, and you can do that, and that's definitely a smart thing to do. Is if there's something you want to try, do some learning ahead of time, figure out how it works, and learn what you can about it. But at some point, you just have to jump into it, and a lot of times, once you actually jump into it, it's a pretty different ball game than actually just thinking about it and trying to figure out how to do it. Like just from whatever you're doing research, you're watching YouTube videos. Say it's a specific job that you want to try to get. Another spawner. This is crazy, dude. This is the third spawner I found in like pretty close proximity to my base. Wow. um. Anyway, say it's a job that you want to get or something, right? You want to be, I don't know, a construction worker. Okay, I don't know, just something random. Say you want to be a construction worker. Um, you can do a bunch of research, look online about daily life of construction worker. Just what are the different things that you do in that job? And I'm sure that you're going to learn a lot about the job by doing that. But at some point, you're just going to have to start, making the steps necessary to actually become that construction worker. And once you start doing so, there's probably going to be a lot of things you're going to realize or learn that you're just not going to learn through watching those videos or doing that research. Like, there's some things that are just only going to come from experience. So it's really important not to shy away from that. And I'll be honest, like, that's something that I've had an issue with, where I've kind of been scared to jump into things sometimes. I've been scared to fail. Honestly, more for me, it's more so overthinking about it than actual fear of failure, but that is a factor for me too. Um, But yeah, you really shouldn't fear failure so much, because actually it's kind of your friend. You know, especially if there's maybe another example too. Maybe you want to do YouTube, but you're scared to try it. You're scared of people judging you. You're scared that your video isn't going to turn out good. You're scared. I don't know. You could be scared of a number of different things as far as that goes. Like, it's just, how can you ever expect to get better at that or become what you want to become without just jumping into it and learning as you go, pretty much? Most of all the best lessons in life just come from doing and learning from experience. You just got to jump into things if you really want to actually be able to pursue them. You can't just sit there forever trying to learn every detail without actually doing it, because you won't, and trying to, you know, just keep yourself from failing. It's not going to happen. You're going to fail either way. Sure, maybe you might fail a little bit less. Maybe you can learn a couple extra lessons if you just keep sitting there trying to do research about it and learn that way. But you're never going to learn as much or as fast as if you actually just jump into it. And like I said, it's good to do that to an extent, but you can't let that, like, you can't sit in that preparation hell, as I would call it, forever. At some point, you're going to have to make that step and just venture out into that unknown, that uncertainty. It might be a little bit scary. I'm sure it will be. But, you know, a lot of things in life are scary. It's usually the things that are scary at first that end up being worth doing and worth having put your time into at the end. Anyone who's a pro at anything, I'm sure, was scared when they first started. Like, it's not a unique thing to feel that way. That's just how humans are, I think. So, the sooner you can learn to overcome that, the better off you're going to be. The sooner you can just overcome that and start, you're going to be better off in the long run, for sure. And hopefully let's kill this Enderman without dying. Uh-oh. I should... Okay. I didn't bring a shield. I should have, probably. Hopefully I can find my stuff again. I didn't bring a shield because, like, I take the thumbnails for these videos from just, like, screenshots of the video. And I kind of don't want the shield in it. Sometimes it's been in a lot of the thumbnails. I don't think it's the worst thing ever, but I would like it to not be in there sometimes. So I didn't bring one, and I just paid for it. I think I was over that way somewhere. Let's hope I can find my stuff again. Aha, I found it. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't actually too hard to find again. But yeah, I don't remember exactly where I was with that, but yeah, just failure is often your friend. You know, sometimes you can fail big and it can have some serious repercussions, but most of the time it's not gonna be anything too major that's gonna be an issue for you, you know? Like, most of the time it's not going to be that big of a deal when you fail. There isn't usually, I mean, unless it's something that's a major commitment, you know, you're investing a ton of money into this business you're trying to start or something, you know, that could be a dangerous thing to try and fail at. But most things are not going to be that high stakes. If it is something like that, you definitely are going to want to probably do a little more research ahead of time and make sure you know what you're doing. But in most cases, at least in the broad terms of which I'm speaking here, most of the time it's not going to be something like that. Most of the time it's not going to be some financially ruining thing that you're, you know, that might, like, you're not going to end up in financial ruin if you fail. Most of the time. Man, I'm not having very good luck finding caves. I wanted to just run into a cave and start mining, but that hasn't exactly gone to plan. We've got a bamboo forest here. Maybe there's a panda. Another question. So I'm thinking about trying some different styles of video. I'm wondering if maybe I should try a video where I'm not doing a live commentary, but instead I play a while, cut it up kinda just to show the progress I made, and then just do like a voiceover over it. What do you think? You think that would be a good idea? But I did find an azalea tree here, which means there should be a lush cave down here, which would be a great place to mine. Oh, we're in, and this is the tiniest, most pathetic... This can't be the cave. This can't be it. What? Is there air here somewhere? Okay, I'm not seeing any. I'm gonna try to keep going down. And again, an underwater cave. At least there are these here, so I can get air. Got glow squid. Oh, here's some of that stuff, the moss or whatever. Is this just gonna be a totally underwater cave? Wow, that is so underwhelming. Wait, I think there's air up there actually. Aha! Here's something at least. Okay. Oh, axolotls. You know I'm taking one. Thank you. I can get 2 of them if I want, and you know I am. So yeah, I guess just one more closing thought on the topic. If there's something that you've been wanting to try, but you've been worried about failing, you're just too scared to do it, like, just try it, man. Please. For your own sake. I want you to be successful, and I know that you can be. You might not be successful at first, but that's just part of how learning goes, man. You know, maybe there's that YouTube channel you've been wanting to start, that business, as long as it's not like a crazy, super high investment business. I mean, I still encourage you to go for that too, but you might want to do a little more research on that first. Not financial advice here, but yeah, just go for whatever it is that you've been thinking about doing, that you've been wanting to do. Don't let your fears hold you back, please. Don't let the fear of failure hold you back, especially. Other fears too, we can go into. Maybe I can do different videos on that, but the fear of failure specifically, please don't let that hold you back, because failure is actually your friend. All right, so I hope you can take that to heart, ruminate on that a little bit, and I hope I've encouraged you today. So I appreciate you watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.